I had no clue what recovery was or what it looked like. So when I was using for all those years, I felt like when people start using, that's just their life, and that's how I was gonna die. No matter how dark and hopeless things might feel right now, if there was light at the end of the tunnel for me, like, I think that it's definitely possible for anyone, because I really thought I was either gonna die with a needle in my arm from overdosing, or that I was gonna take my own life. Like, I just accepted that fact.
And it made me ashamed. I didn't want to go really try to find help because I didn't know how. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know who to talk to. I was embarrassed, very, very embarrassed, especially considering all that I put my family through. Because every day I woke up and I had to go search and scrounge and do things I didn't want to do, trying to, you know what I'm saying, pawning stuff, stealing from my family, doing all these horrible things that addicts do, trying to get money to buy the drugs just so I felt normal. And yeah, that's no way to live. So literally, the medicine has changed my life all the way around, because I wake up and I can live my life. I can do the things I'm supposed to. I can take care of my baby. I feel like I'm on, almost like I said, like an antidepressant is what it's like. It just makes me normal.
So when I first found out I was pregnant, I was actually in the process of being evicted from my apartment. So the only thing on my mind was, where am I gonna sleep? I was kind of bouncing back and forth. I would sleep on somebody's couch, and then I would sleep in like the park, or I would sleep in like a public restroom for the first 4 months of my pregnancy. And then I got arrested, which turned out to be a blessing. And my sentencing was to do drug court. And it was rough for me at first. You know, I wasn't with the program fully. Like, I would be clean for a week and then relapse, and then get clean for a couple days and then relapse again. And then, I don't know, it just clicked, like that light went off, and I was ready. I guess I had just been through enough and I was ready.
Recovery is not like this destination that you reach, and if you relapse, oh no, like everything's falling apart. Almost all of us stumble and fall along the way. And I was that person who came back over and over and over again, trying to be able to stop using. And I wasn't successful many times. So that's why I always have hope for people, no matter what, because I know that, you know, just because someone's not getting it the first 10 times doesn't mean the 11th time it won't work. But if you are gonna use, don't use alone. That's super important. Have Narcan, and make sure your family has Narcan, and make sure your neighbor has Narcan. You're not alone. Like, there's so many of us that are just like you, that have been through similar things as you.
Substance use disorders in pregnancy are not uncommon, and we do have treatment interventions that work. There are providers out there who care. Their goal is just to listen and to offer help and support. You know, I wish that I could say that you're gonna have positive experiences everywhere you go, because I know that you're not. So I know it's hard to trust.
We understand, and that fear is warranted, because we have not been so kind in the healthcare system to individuals that use substances and other disenfranchised individuals. So I acknowledge that fear. I do not try to sweep it under the rug. It exists, and it is real. I would say, however, there are individuals, there are providers, there are healthcare systems that will welcome you with open arms. We understand the challenges and the struggles that lead to substance use disorder, and we're here to help you and to help your baby.
There's a lot of fear that if you say something, they're gonna take your baby. And I get it. But the truth is that you're way more likely to be able to keep your baby, and way more likely to be able to see your baby grow if you're able to seek treatment. Why? Because you will have better health outcomes. You're less likely to die before, during, and after childbirth. Your baby's more likely to be healthy, a healthy weight, grow up healthy.
Nobody can love your baby like you do. They need you. And you are very important. Don't feel like a failure.
The exact same thing I said to the lady this morning who has had a relapse was, I said, well, there's two imperfect people in the room. and the resident had already left by then, so I wasn't pointing fingers. Just because you've made a mistake, we don't think that's a permanent blot on who you are.
My role when I go in a room is what can I do to help you? What you're doing may not be healthy, but you're not a bad person. And I'm gonna give you some coping skills, and I'm gonna give you some resources, and we can get you through that. I am not there to judge you for whatever it is.
The doctor in the pregnant women's program I was in, he focused on my strengths and like tried to build me up rather than tear me down. At first I was like taken aback because I was like, whoa, what? Like I wasn't expecting to encounter kindness and supportiveness and someone like telling me whenever I only have 30 days without using, man, that is awesome. Like, you're doing so good with that. Like, you couldn't go 5 days without using when you first started here, you know? And like someone recognizing that, because for me, like, I was using every day for like 10 years. So just one day without using was like, oh my gosh.
Don't be scared to ask for help. Really, what do you have to lose? At the point that if you were at the point that I'm at, really, you don't have anything to lose. You have nowhere but up to go. So take the chance and just go in and ask for help.
I was afraid that it wasn't gonna work. Like, I had even kind of told myself, like, okay, kind of fake it till you make it, you know, and all that went away. Like, as soon as I started getting my life on track and gaining everything that I had lost, like my family, like my mom loaning me her car to go to a meeting, that's a huge deal. I stole her car so many times, I never would have thought that she would give me the keys willingly. I'd gotten a little taste of sobriety and I was liking the way I was living all of a sudden. I went from being 100% hopeless and like accepting that I'm gonna be a heroin addict for the rest of my life to, no, I got this. Like, I'm gonna give this a real try, and I have a kid to live for now. So if you are ready, I definitely encourage it. I definitely say give it a chance and try everything that you possibly can, because you're worth it.